Yo. It's your boy Frankyboo, man. Here once again by the grace of Allah, man. You know what I mean? And once again, man, I want to thank all the brothers and sisters, man, that's gonna tune in, man. I ask you humbly and respectfully, man, to if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And you know what I mean? And hit that like button, man, if you like what the brothers, you know what I'm saying, trying to do, man. Not just for me, but for you. You heard? With that being said, man, always and forever, man, I send my praises up to the Most High. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying, definitely send my salutes to the brothers and sisters that I left behind, man. You know? And with that being said, let's get into the topic. I got my man Chip, man. I got my man Chip here. Yo, Chip, what's shaking?
No doubt, no doubt. FB, you already know, man. You know, always a pleasure, man. Let's get, like you said, let's get down to the nitty gritty. You know, a lot of people they came and they want to know what's going on. So we're gonna try to keep the topics moving, keep everybody enlightened, and then, you know it's gonna be a great time, man. So
Man.
first and foremost, how I like to ask you, you know, from being somebody that grew up with you, that learned so many things from you, I would like to ask, you know, humbly, you know, how your day going, man? Like, you know, you home now, baby. Like, how was FB day?
Man, blessed, man. I don't think no other word defines, how my day is right now. Blessed, man. And again, man, all glory bees to the Most High. You dig? Because Chip, like, yeah, man, just a few weeks ago, man. You know what I mean? There's days for me in the precarious environment that I was, man. There was the possibility of me not even being able to make it because that's how active things were. You know what I mean? And that's how and after out a split second, something can jump off. And when that jump off, man, you never know what you may have to do in order to preserve your way of life, or maybe even a dude close to you, and even worse, a dude you might not even know that's in the same whip that you're in. You know what I mean? Because that's how it is in the feds. You know what I mean? You got whips. You know what I mean? Cars that you belong to, so to speak. So it could be a bozo that done did something bozo. He may deserve it. You dig what I'm saying? But that's your whip. So regardless of what, you got to blow too.
Man, oh man, like I'm listening, like I done spent my time in school. I say, when I went away to school, and a lot of the virtues and a lot of things you taught me early on helped me survive when I went away to school. So, you know, uh, I want to make sure I let the people understand that, this is not to glorify, or this is in no way, shape, form, or fashion us kind of tooting our own horn. This is just giving constructive criticism and the reality of kind of what goes on and how you can correct some of the mishaps that occurred. Um, if you was to be face to face with a youth right now, like someone who I don't know just jumped in a whip and really trying to make a movie so that they could deem themselves relevant. What is a conversation you would have with that type of person? Like, you know, I know we was knuckleheads, man. We really didn't adhere and listen too much to the elders, but being an elder and being somebody, like I said, seasoned vet, what guidance would you have for that youth?
Hey, yo, first, let me comment on something you said just a moment ago. When I was coming up and you was like right behind me, man, it was a more it was a more things were different. And different, I mean, we was at that time we was out to get a rep for the most part, but it was a broader spectrum just in the county. This ain't even where I just came from, and that was the feds, but in the state, you know what I mean, or in the on Rikers Island, you know, it was just, you know what I'm saying, it was just a man, like I like to say, a Serengeti. You know, so you had to go through what you had to go through in order to prove it. And even now, to this day, it's the same way in some of these counties or state facilities. You know, things have gotten crazy. But back then, it was like, yo, like I believe, man, you know, coming through Rikers Island and so forth and so on. Like, man, it was a thing where you had to prove yourself. You know, you had to literally prove yourself. And I think I said on the last platform, you know what I'm saying, when I did with y'all, is that when I got off that bus and went to Mar 6 or Mar 8 or whatever that New Jack House was back then, yo, dudes was on the gate. Dudes was on the window, you know what I'm saying, looking in. And the dude that had the house at that time, yo, boy, he looking and they sizing me up and so forth. And I got polo and all this, but I got the mindset that, man, I'm not about to play with these dudes. And that's how that was. Had to go in there, and before it was all said and done, before somebody that knew me from the Ave pulled up and was like, yo, that's my little man. He better not get cut here. He ain't got no problem giving it up. I was already making a deal. You know what I mean? I was already making a deal, you dig? But that was because I had brothers in my ears prior to going to prison saying that, yo, boy, you better show out when you get there. Don't come back to the Ave without them gold teeth or with all that fly shit you got on. So, you know, I had in my mind that, yo, nigga, ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't even going down like that. But now to get back to your, you know, the end question of the face-to-face situation that I would have with a youngin at this point in time, a young bull, be it male or female, I would just let them know, man, or I'm trying to let them know through this platform. It ain't a game. And they shouldn't be tossing a dice with their life as if it is a game. And if it's anything that I can do, and I say this very, you know what I'm saying, intimately. If listening to a multitude of people say that, yo, okay, I was who I was back then, what they seek or what they think they should be seeking as far as a rep, they're realizing like, oh, whoa, this is one of the original official, you know, Brooklyn dudes, yo, one of the last of a dying breed that was who he was back then, but transitioned and transformed to who he is now, and now telling me, hopefully, so that I won't have to go through what he's gone through and what other good men have gone through and good women have gone through, in order to realize that, guess what? It may have allowed us to grow in certain aspects, but it stunted us in a whole lot of other aspects because it took away so much of our livelihood, in a sense, man, with being able to be as close to family as, you know what I'm saying, when you come home from prison, you're not, from losing so many family members when you're in prison, from going through all of the grading things that you have to go through in prison, and at the end, having to potentially hurt somebody else or be hurt while you're in prison with the hopes that it doesn't create a worse situation for you, that you may never ever get out of prison, or because you may be having life or you may be dead. So yeah, that's what I'm attempting to do, and ask Allah to, you know what I'm saying, grant me that, you know, that blessing to be able to, like they say, man, if it's one person that I can deter with my stories, with the life that I live, and the redemption path that I am on, then man, you know what I'm saying, all praise due to him, man, and the people that's helped me get to this point.
Okay, man. Listen, you know, every time I hear that you speak, you know, the passion of the, like I said, a lot of the jewels that you instilled in me growing up helped me survive my staycation when I went away to school or whatsoever. Uh, Man, you know, it's just like I said, it's just an honor. I must say, I'm really, you know, when you run into your someone, your hero, to the people, the men and women who really you just have the utmost respect for. Man, it's a beautiful thing, man. But FB, man, you know, being that I know you so well, uh, there's one thing I really would like to know. Uh, what made you choose uh this route, the social media route? You know, coming, uh, getting involved, reaching out to the youth this way.
Man, um, truthfully, man, while I was in there, man, you know, there was often times that I had come into contact with, you know what I'm saying, cell phones. So I was privy to be able to see certain things that was transpiring on the other side of the walls that I had currently resided on. So, and what I seen was, you know, the platform for YouTube and the internet as a whole and what it was doing positively and negatively. You know, I seen y'all, you know what I'm saying, doing y'all 1-2 and other platforms doing their 1-2. Um, and at that point in there, I had been, you know, taking on the initiative to transition into the best version of myself and be able to come back out to society in this politically correct arena and be able to adapt. Because at that point, you know what I mean, it's like Snoop says in not Boys in the Hood, but Baby Boy. At that time, I had seen everything except for, you know what I'm saying, God himself or the devil. I had the devilish shit, but at that point, I did it all. The only thing that I had never done in my life was to do it in an arena that my mother would have been proud of and my grandmother would have been proud of to see me do. And you know, unfortunately, you know what I mean? You know, Allah knows best, you know what I mean? And he's the omnipotent and the omnipresent. I lost my moms while I was in there, which was a profound thing to me because, you know what I mean? I right before I lost her, you know, because of my being in a shoe and on the supermax situations or the keep locks or the penitentiary just being on lockdowns and so forth and so on. I didn't have the opportunity to talk to her as much as I would have. And prior to me going in prison, I had been on demon time. So though she loved me, she didn't condone a lot of the shit that I was doing and the things that she was hearing because she was intertwined with the police department. You know what I mean? And they on my heels. And you know, you got some of them that don't even care. So they say a little spot like, when we catch him, we gonna kill him. When we did such and such and So she like, yo, baby, you know what I'm saying? Just go. You dig? And at one point, you know, she was, to be honest, she like, yo, man, just turn yourself in because they saying if you do, you know what I mean, then, you know, cool, you know what I mean? They, you know, but if they see you or whatever the case may be for the thing, you know, when you become a threat in a sense, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, yo, man, yeah, we ain't playing. So that was that. So a week prior to her dying, man, I had the opportunity, man, to, you know, call her. And when I called her, man, we just cried on the phone together. You heard? Like, you know what I'm saying? I really just told her, like, yo, ma, I apologize. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of the things that I did that didn't fit the standard or the criteria of a man that you wanted me to be. And she cried back, like, yo, baby, listen, you my baby, you my firstborn. I love you. You know, I may not have condoned a lot of the things that you did or were doing, but I always prayed for you. So right then and there, I promised her two things, man, that, you know what I'm saying? Not only would I continue my push to be the best version of myself. So therefore, her looking down on me, she'll be able to smile from there, and I would also, you know what I'm saying, make sure that, you know what I'm saying, my siblings, man, would, you know what I'm saying, I would be that nut, so to speak, that would tighten the bonds and the relationship with my siblings, man. So that's what really made me, you know what I mean, really, put my motherfucking feet into the ground and really tell bros like, yo, shit, this shit ain't about y'all no more. It's about me. And if you don't like it, or y'all don't like it, or y'all think that, you know what I'm saying, I'm neglecting y'all, or, you losing something, then, it is what it is, and we can go however we go. But if I go this way, at least I know that I was doing it for me now, and doing it for somebody that I had, neglected in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Which was my mom's, which was my earth, in so many different ways, man. Just living a lifestyle that I lived, So yeah, that's what that